Hey Stampers, it's the Pampered Stamper from Chatham, Ontario, and I am really excited to show you an Emboss Resist technique. So that's one of the things that I really like about our daily Facebook Live videos. I love the interaction. I love it when you ask questions and you comment and you give your opinions. And I also think it's really fabulous when you say where you're from. Even if you're a regular and you think everybody already knows, there's always new people joining us, and I think it's just really cool when we can all connect and see where we're watching from. So that's really nice. And don't forget to share my videos, because if you share, I have a new PDF to give away, okay? So the new PDF from the Demo Design Dream Team is all about the new catalog, so it's pretty nice. So this is the stamp set that I am going to use, and I've already embossed the flowers, okay? But I will show you some embossing because I think it's one of the coolest techniques ever. It was one of the first things I ever learned to do at a Stampin' Up! Party, and it never ceases to wow me. I think it's really, really neat. So I have a plain piece of white cardstock. It's actually a card, so I'm going to turn this into a one-layer card, which is a pretty rare thing to do. So if you look closely, it's embossed white on white. So I embossed the big sunflower on either corner. So what I'm going to do, thanks for sharing, Patty. Hi, Jenny from Illinois. Hi, Louise from Cambridge. Cambridge is always the town on the 401 where I turn off to go to my parents in Elora. So what I'm going to do, you can sponge, we're going to sponge ink over top of this. Hi, Jean from Maine. I love Maine. Yeah, lots of good memories. We drove through Maine on a family holiday many years ago. So I'm going to sponge ink on top of the sunflowers, and I'm going to do it with a sponge wedge, and I'm going to do it with a sponge dauber. So for the center of my flower, I'm going to use a sponge dauber. Thanks, Louise. Hi, April from South Carolina. So here's this soft suede, and I'm just going to do it in the middle. And see how it just pops? And I'm using a dauber because it gives me a little bit more precision, okay? I'm going to do the other sunflower with early espresso in the middle, just so that we can see the difference. Sunflowers always have a different color in the middle of them, and we all have our preferences. See how cool that is? Now I'm going to switch to a sponge, and I'm going to use, I've got Mango Melody here just because I have it, and look at this. Isn't that neat? It just makes the embossing pop right off the page. The embossing, the ink does not stick to the embossed image. Isn't that great? It's so simple. Now I'm going to, well, that was bad English. I'm just going to go with the same color. We'll do Mango Melody here. And then I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what I'm going to share with you tomorrow. So there's the Mango Melody. And now I'm going to take a little bit of pumpkin pie and do, see? Isn't that pretty? And I could do it the other way around too. And there we go. And now I'm just going to finish off with a little mango in here. And I just have a very cheerful, simple card. And then if you want to, once you've done all that, isn't that amazing? It's just one of the most satisfying techniques. There, and I'm going to go a little bit in here as well. There. And the more you sponge, the darker your colors will get. And now I just want to finish it off with a sentiment. And let me see. Yes, see, this is one of these stamp sets where it says in very tiny letters, images at 90%, which means the saying is going to be bigger than you think. So know that you are loved, would fit. Congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful. That's nice. You could also stamp it and then have it on a banner. I'm going to try this, but I don't think it's going to stick very well. So that one, I like the way this looks very much. So, you know what? Do I have a piece of white laying around that's big enough? I'm gonna grab one, okay? Here we go. I have a box of white strips that I keep, so we're going to do that. I think that's the best look. Now I need a block, of course. I wasn't planning on doing this. I was just going to show you, and then I just wanted to finish it up. So I'm taking early espresso, and there we go. And now I'm going to trim it. My trimmer is, well, okay, I will move my trimmer, and then you will see a little bit of what I'm working on for tomorrow. You see all those little strips? I'm going to turn that into a very cool card, but you have to wait till tomorrow. Okay, so 4 inches, no, 4 1/4. There we go. And now you can see that my little strip was crooked. So we're going to straighten that out, hopefully. Hopefully it will stay in place. There. Okay. That looks good. And we'll make it 1 inch. The nice thing about this new trimmer is that when you lay it down, it locks in place and it holds your paper from slipping. So there, let's celebrate you. Doesn't this just intrigue you? I was going to try to finish that card before, but I thought, you know what? Don't rush. You wanted to show Emboss Resist, which now I have lost. Really? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Goodness, you're thinking, how did I do that? Okay, I put it safely out of harm's way. And that looks pretty stark. So I'm going to take this soft suede. Let me see what's on my sponge. That's yellow. Well, you know what? We can do a little yellow. I think that will actually look nice. That will echo the sentiment of the sunflowers with the yellow and the brown. Let's see how that looks. It might not pop enough because it'll be yellow on yellow. And it doesn't. So that's, now we're going to go with the brown over top. Oh yeah, that's better. I do love sponging my edges. It's called distressing. You could call it sponging. You can call it antiquing. But it used to be very popular, and then all of a sudden it fell out of favor, but I still like it. There, and our sponge wedges are perfect for that. See? Simple. You can vary it. I kind of like it. I kind of like it with a little bit of the sunflower popping up, a little bit below the middle. Okay, let's find some snail. I'm using up the last little bit of my snail before my new adhesive comes in. And I'm going to place another order today. So if you want to get in on the bingo, tomorrow is the last day for that. And the way the bingo works is that you will get the components to make 3 cards. You will get the stamp set, and you will get a bingo card. And then you will get to participate in the event. Isn't that cool? And then you will also get the chance to win 6 amazing prizes. So now I'm going to show you how embossing actually works. So I have a little strip left over of Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to take the small sunflower, and this is a Versamark pad. So if you are new to stamping, Versamark is a sticky watercolor or watermark stamp pad. It says right on there watermark, and I'll show you what that means. So if we ink up the stamp and then we stamp it, it looks like a watermark. It's tone on tone, which is a great technique for just creating background paper. Okay, you can't stamp off with Versamark. You have to re-ink every time. And another important thing is that, well, that's cool, Debbie. Congratulations with your daughter's wedding. The sunflowers will be perfect for that. It's really important to re-ink your Versamark pad. It does not come, when it comes, it won't look like this. It's actually quite white, but your Versamark pad will get looking dirty quite quickly. But it still stamps really well. Okay, so ink it up very well. And then a nice press. And we'll do another one. Okay, and now your favorite friend for embossing is a coffee filter. This coffee filter will have a very long life. They don't wear out. So now I have my white embossing powder. Sprinkle it on, like so. Flip it over. turn it around and give it a good firm flick, like that. And yes, I have very inky fingers today. All right, so that's what it looks like. And now before you do anything else, you take your coffee filter, give it a little fold, and pour it back in. That's important because in your excitement, you could knock the pot over, and that is a big mess and a terrible waste. Okay, so now it's a good idea to actually have a clipboard because the embossing gun gets very hot. But I'm going to emboss this side first, and then I'll move my hand. So this is the embossing gun, the heat gun. And you just hold it, and you don't move it around. And just watching it will turn color. It will turn into a bright white. It takes a little while. The first time because your heat gun is warming up, and you could get impatient and start waving it around, but you don't do that. Just keep it in one spot. This is taking a very long time. It's like a watched pot doesn't boil. And now we'll go to the other side so you can see the difference. So this one is done, and the other one, you see how dull it looks? Yeah, this one's a bit better. There. So that's embossing. So basically what happens is that the powder sticks to the Versamark ink, and then the heat gun melts it. So, and if you turn it a little bit like this, you can see that it's shiny. Now, if you wanted to, this is the wrong color, but you could even do Emboss Resist on this. Look. And then I forgot to tell you that when you're done with this, let me just go around a little bit more. Then I'm going to grab a Kleenex. Okay, so when you're done with the Emboss Resist, you're supposed to take a Kleenex and then just go over top of it because it takes off the little bit of ink that was sticking to the embossing powder. Okay, so now you know what embossing is and the Emboss Resist. So here's my card, and then we'll just take the Kleenex, and then it pops even more. See, just a little bit came off. You just do that. And there you go. Isn't that great? So it's that simple, people. Yeah, so I just want to show you these cards again. So this is my second card, and I distressed the edges. I know I was talking about it yesterday, and everybody voted, and they like the card with the distressing best, but with the darker side of the leaves showing. Yeah, and I have to agree with the voting on that. I totally agree. Thank you, Ruby, for asking me to do this Emboss Resist. It was a lot of fun. And now I am going to finish cleaning up my stamp room. That's a job that is not a fun one. This is the card I got from my team member, Jessica. It's beautiful. And this will be the second card that we're doing for the bingo. So we're going to do 1, 2, and then the third card I still have to design. But tomorrow is the last day. So message me if you want to join in. And I'm looking forward to a great time. I am not going to flip the camera today. I was cutting grass again. I have my hair in a tight ponytail, and I'm wearing what would be known now as a house dress. I don't think so. I bought it last year to go to where did we go last year? Oh, to Greece. And I knew it was going to be hot, but when I wear it, I feel frumpy. So I just figure it's good for working around the house. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to share the video, and maybe I will blog about this card tomorrow. All right, have a super day. Bye.